case I make a video for YouTube. How it might be pronounced in Europe. I have a feeling it'll be Ardvine or something. If it was Germany, doesn't really matter. People mispronounce my name all the time here. I never correct people, whatever you call me. That's how Ollie came to be for everybody. Just practicing with your guitar, trying to improvise with whatever. Yeah, good thing. Well, practicing is always. How are you doing, Yura? How are you doing? How do I pronounce my name? My first name is Olivier. Olivier Longuet is last. And first because of the accent and the fact that Olivier is not a name that's used being used in Ireland. Oliver is, but quite it, and just easier. Ollie, Fiona calls me Ol. Yeah, Ollie. It's a lot, and then it bypasses having to explain what on earth is a Frenchman doing in Ireland. Which it's fine for the first few years when you move to a country, but after about 25 years, slightly tedious. Anyway, so recently I was just going through my stuff on Switch of games I hadn't finished, and it's just ideas that I had, like things I wanted to finish. But among them was Hollow Knight, and I've always thought I wanted to do a cover of the main title theme from Hollow Knight. And I didn't do an extensive search, but I couldn't find a proper MIDI file for it. It's not overly complicated. I probably could do without MIDI file, but it's going to be handy to have. So yeah, it's this theme actually. You can't hear it because I will real stream. So yeah, it's going to be a Hollow Knight transcription night, and then it's going to help me as well figure out what instruments I'm going to use. Because obviously, this one has piano and violin. Use those, and I'll figure out what I'm. But I'm just going to do just a MIDI transcription, so it'll make things easier for me when I'm learning each piece on the end. And also give me a visual indication. I use MIDI as much for visual indications. I use it for audio indications. What am I looking for? I'm looking for plugins, Realstream, Restream. To a local broadcast. Now you should be able to hear it. Probably not. Because where did it? Now you should be able to hear it. Let me. There you go. Yeah, Dirtmouth. I never actually finished the game. It just it's like Bloodborne. It's a bit too hard. Well, not hard. It'll require more time than I have available. So I think I have about 40 hours in I don't know, maybe not 30 hours. Hollow Knight and something like that on games like Bloodborne. But it's good to get a taster. But yeah, I don't have time to finish them. And hello, Ollie in chat. Hey, Drollmag, how are you doing? How are you doing? You're gonna watch on YouTube then? What do you mean, Atagorn? Seems like an amazing game. Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. So this is the intro theme to Hollow Knight. Let's just listen to it for a minute. it's from there. Anyways, cool piece, really evocative, and I really fell in love with the atmosphere of the game, and um, it's hard, yeah, but it's so good, Yura. I know, I agree. It's just for me, it's a trade off, and there comes a point where if a game goes over 20 hours, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I could spend that amount of time having fun making a cover, or the two are competing all the time, and music usually wins all the time. So whenever I'm spending too much time on a game, or I feel it'll take too much effort and practice to complete, I have a tendency to just shift back to prioritizing music. I'm just going to enhance the volume a little bit here. It seems very low. Come here. There you go. Yeah, but you know, I've explained myself on the topic a few times at this stage. It just it's a danger of doing something, you know, the stuff that I do, like VGM covers. It's just you have effectively less time to dedicate on games. Mind you, I probably have 50 hours on the on Cyberpunk. Excuse me, I'm trying to burp in the mic. I'm just missing a few messages. Yeah, Droll Mag, so much atmosphere, absolutely. See, what I recommend, Athagorn, I mean, watch it if you want. What I recommend, that's what I did for Bloodborne, is give it 10 hours or something like that, or a few hours. Learn, like, I have probably, I said 20, probably 30 hours in Bloodborne. Again, I haven't finished it, but I have spent enough time to understand the mechanics and to understand the concept behind the gameplay and the world and that kind of stuff, and have an appreciation for it, and have enough an understanding to know that it's not for me, those type of games. But at least I give it a fair go. And yeah, if you get a chance, at least play it for a few hours. I thoroughly recommend it. It's got great atmosphere, and it's stuff that can't quite be replicated by watching a Let's Play. Bloodborne, I'd argue you'd probably could, if you're not a great player, you or if it's not your type of stuff, you probably could get away by watching somebody else play it. For Hollow Knight, I think the experience of playing a game like that, yeah, as a 2D platformer, it's an experience. It really is. Have you heard on bottom from upcoming Silsong? No, it's another masterpiece. No, I haven't. I haven't paid attention to essentially. Is it Hollow Knight 2, pretty much? Cook Chicory, how are you doing? You're just passing by. It's a transcription, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you get more invested by playing rather than just watching. Yeah, no, I agree. And it took me a while with Bloodborne to get into it, you know. It really took me a long time to. I tried it the first time, just didn't appreciate and understand the gameplay, and gave up after a few hours of utter frustration. And then I did watch a few gameplays to understand the game mechanics and what not to do in Bloodborne. Then I was able to probably appreciate and play the game. So I think I got a few. I think I cleared the two the bosses in Nightmare, and now I'm pretty much on the final stretch. But it would require too much of a time investment. I don't have that. But great game. Anyway, let's get started on here. See? Something like that. I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to transcribe it via Midi. Like a yeah, that's a good progression actually. There's a C minor. Hands on the. It's not a. F sus 4. It's like that. So that Avenger is a chord progression again. Weird key and then something like that, but it's a 4. So alright, okay, cool. So we're gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is, you can see I have the piano set up already, so I'm gonna do the piano part and take it from there. Yeah, it's often interesting because it's instead of being the end on a sus4, but they have that what, A sharp or B flat, depending on. So. You're very loud. All right. We get the same again. Hey Bard, how are you doing? Hey Terrible Fire, how you doing? Good evening, dude. You almost get kicked off with a reference to an Irish comedy show. You're trying to get a week free of that. Can you do it? Can you do that? Can I sing? No, I cannot sing. I wish I could. That's one of my biggest disappointments. I don't have a singing voice. I can hold a note in tune. It's just some people have a voice, some people don't, and I don't have a singing voice. And I can't really play the piano either. I can figure stuff out, as you can see, but Managed to pick up an MSX for 50 quid. Nice, nice, nice. Is it off? John. And is that that Toshiba one? That does composite, and there might be a way to hack it to output RGB. I think directly from the VDP. I'll have to do some research, but he offered it for free, insisting on paying what he bought it for. Is that the only one he had? It is. Wow. Yeah, these things are rare. These things are really rare, man. Well done. Nice grab. Bard hooked me up with an MSX. Was it last year or the year before? Is that it? That's just cruel telling us that, Bard, that you find MSX in thrift stores in Holland. They might not be, but it's true. You did find one. He sent me a Bard. What did we swap again? I think I sent you there was a PCB and some Mega Drive stuff as well. But and then he sent me some MSX games and a machine. That's actually on the channel as well, second channel. Yeah. Come on, just locking. It does start early, doesn't it? Yeah. Interesting. So we have the same stuff, just an octave lower. And the crew list is that when you find a week later for that you sent off to Neil. Oh, right, nice. I have an MSX2 ready to play at all times. Yeah, yeah. That's a very nice piano patch. It's a standard piano. It's not even the sound from my piano keyboard here. Yeah, it's just a standard grand piano patch from Ableton that actually comes with it. Yeah, it's nice. Andrew, got to run. Nice to say. Thank you very much for coming in and chatting for a minute. Yeah, I still have my VG. I was recommending actually to Terrible Fire to get an MSX2, get the Philips VG 8235. I know it's 50 yards, but it's still very common. It's easy to find. It's not overly expensive, all things considered, for MSX, and you'd have plenty of fun. But you know, with an MSX one, there's still plenty of really good games. Like obviously all the Konami games. There's a ton of really good Konami games. All the Three Gradius Nemesis, they're called. King's Valley is probably my favorite, and can't remember now. Yeah, Nightmare, obviously. Yeah, there's no shortage of good MSX1 games. There's a ton of stuff that was released on the NES as well, but all the arcade games would be on it, like Track and Field and all these, and yeah, Kung Fu. Yeah, I mean, most of you can't go wrong with any of the Konami games. But yeah, just PM me. I'll send you a few names, and then I might be able to send you a few cards if you want as well. So we're just an octave lower here. Probably gonna go something like that. We got a little. Always fun to drive in a new system, yeah. What I can send you is I have these guys. These would be standard, and these take just a standard EEPROM, 64 128. But I've made a longer version that will clear the box, so you can actually put a ZIF socket in there, and just change the ROM as you want. But yeah, let's just, I mean, good chat. Hey, Vampire MSX, you're back. Look who's back. we just have a power cord. Minor second. Cluster, she's got a lot worse. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear, man. Yeah, it wasn't good news by the sound of it when you told us. Is it worse than when you were on the channel earlier? Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it wasn't good news by the sound of it. Did too much damage. Yeah, condolences, man. Yeah, it's. It's the music from Hollow Knight. Yeah, I know. it's. I didn't mean it to be fitting. Hey, Fiona. You have to go to the Netherlands yourself as well, or Streamlabs? Not now, not now. Streamlabs. Well, it's a poorly centered GIF. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. It's always annoying. I always try to reset the player here and... Pierre, by the way, Terrible Fire here found an MSX from a contact he had, not me, but he knew somebody that had one for sale. There's a new MSX owner in town. Assuming that's what's gonna happen. Interesting. So I might decide to play this here, the lowest note on the bass, just on the bass. The upper note just on the guitar, then maybe, or the banjo guitar could be interesting, just as a melodic. And that fiddle is going to be probably just a low whistle. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have these that they get deleted and timed out automatically. They don't come back anyway, but I'm actually surprised you see it because normally it should be deleted automatically by Streamlabs. I might have to review the criteria, but yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea of telling how to become famous by buying followers and fans. I like that. Whoa. I like the dissonance here instead of going. It goes. We just have a repeat of the previous motif. On IRC, you can read the real message. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I never use IRC, but I think a lot of people do because I see a large amount of lurkers every time I stream, and I'm assuming a lot of people are watching from just an IRC chat. I'm assuming. And repeat. Go back to the beginning. So here we're going to do the same with the piano, or the lead piano. Stuff like that could be played on just on the ukulele. But there's something more. Actually, ukulele with a ton of vibrato, or a lot of vibrato, but not fast, just really pronounced. Oh yeah. Everything just shifts by an octave on the second part, or when the violin comes in. love this because instead of just resolving on that, it holds it, and then you'd expect it here. You'd expect it right here, but no. And repeat. Yeah, beautiful piece, isn't it? Does that stand on its own? All these notes should be longer, like here. I just use the same note length, but I'm not trying to get a perfect medium, just trying to get markers. All these. We got a light, very slight drone. In the background. Yeah, we got this very, very light drone in the background. You think it's only piano, but it's actually quite a lot of texture. It's cool. I could use just a very super low, I mean, actually very, very low accordion drone and complement that with some of those string effects like I used in the Last of Us. Remember? But I was using a lot of those textures, drone textures with strings and dissonant strings. Can't put this. Oh no, I can't because it's on Acid Pro. There'll be conflict with the ASIO driver, and then yeah, but it's just gonna be because it's just a drone. It's just a simple drone, and it's just gonna be a low C, like really light. Something continuous like that. So, or actually, I could play it loud, but just have it super low in the mix. That way, I'll get all the harmonics from the reeds. That's probably what I'll do. I'll play it at full blast and just because when you play it full blast, you get all the harmonics complementing each other, and you get the basses coming in, and all those high reeds. It creates quite a full sound. But if you have it very low, I'll have to think about it. because now that I think about it, I want it wide, so I might need to do 2 separate recordings. Maybe have one that's just chords on the piano keys on the lower octaves, or no, the high octaves. It'll create the texture and have those bass chords drones as well. Just playing this one chord and pan it 50-50. And that way it's great, and it's sort of a deep texture. Second. Oh. Cool. Now the other question is what to use for. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use the guitar, or maybe the banjo guitar for the accompaniment in the background. Again, 2 tracks, right and left, pan hard right and left. And for the lead, probably that ukulele. Oh. So I'm gonna have to play. For that, I'm gonna have to have the mic really loud and play very soft. And that'll create a full sound and but a very full soft sound. So it's going to be interesting to control the volume on the recording. Gonna have to knock it on the head. Good night, Terrible Fire. Okay, so that's that sorted, and then there's the. Is the violin playing anything? So these parts are going to be funny. Yeah, on the flute. Yeah, you were suggesting. Yeah, I think that fiddle is going to be played on the flute. Not key. Oh, where are you, keyboard? Oh yeah. Hello, keyboard. Are you with me? Oh yeah. What relative minor is that? F whistle? Yeah. Yeah, something like that. That's cool. Evander, how are you? How you doing? What did you walk into? I don't know. You tell me. So the whistle could be cool, but I'm not gonna do the recording tonight. I'm just figuring stuff out. I was just laying down a Midi file for this piece. So just to give me some markers and indication. But this guy is in F2. Oh, whoa. Oh wow. I'll have to figure out the key first, but that could actually work instead of the flute. I'm gonna play these a few times around anyway. This is how long? This is 1:20, so I'll probably play it a second time up until. Let me just see. This repeats here. This would be the end of the fiddle solo, 2:20. Probably fine, and then fade at the rest. So I could do one on the low whistle. Add this on the second part. It's kind of what, yeah, it's a cool tone. Really, really cool. I really love this. What works really well is if you play it twice, if you double the lead and pan it 25% right and left, and have it EQ'd slightly different, or invert the phase or stuff like that. And now you create this really rich tone. And that's what I did on the last Shadow of the Beast cover. And people think it's heavily processed. It's just the same thing played twice, really close to each other, and just panned. Oh, half hole. Yeah, I think that could work. And then those just What was I doing before? Yeah, I was going to show you. Oh no, I couldn't, but I was going to show you the video itself of the Last of Us one, where I use those. It's like 5 or 6 layers of various instruments that I bowed with one drone. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Last of Us. Here it is. You hear right at the beginning all those, but I'll probably have them super low as well. It's just to create some extra texture in the background. That. Don't need to see the video really. You can see it's the bouzouki here in this case. I'm bowing everything that's got strings. So I'm bowing the bouzouki. I think I'm bowing. There's a bass. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Yeah, I'm bowing the bouzouki. I'm bowing the banjo. I think I'm bowing the mandolin and the double and the bass here, just to get those deep, rich tones. So I'll probably have something like that in the background in conjunction with the drone on the accordion. But again, it'll be super low in the mix. Banjo guitar thing. I bow the flute next. There's a simpler way to. A ton of reverb on it. And really kill the highs. So we just have those rich low mids. And something like that, yeah. Oh, and my Streamlab just freaked out again. It does that every time I try to stream some Ableton. But it should be there. I've just lost all my monitors, but you should still be there and it should still be streaming. Will you try this tremolo on the banjo or just low volume on the mix? Tremolo on this banjo, I'm not like the bowing it. I don't know, but oh, oh yeah. So well, that should have been simple enough, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it tonight. But I think that's it. Yeah. So that on the banjo, I'll probably on the second time round substitute the bass or those low notes for the bass line.
The Cool Guy Club.
Even thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Very generous. And I stream during the day. Most days I stream the covers themselves, and we're all in the chat. If you want to join as well, if you can. It's more of an excuse to have something in the background for people teleworking. But So, but in the evening, not all evenings. Lately, I wasn't able to stream, but yeah, whenever I can at stream stuff like that. Not necessarily recording stuff, but just figuring out and editing. Those fast. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, tremolos. Yeah, that's it. Probably not. No, you mean or the triplet. Yeah, it could work. It's gonna be weird to sustain for. That could work, you know. It's gonna be weird to have. This has to be in control. I don't like using it necessarily for texture like that. Yeah, I don't like using a pick for texture because then what you hear is the attack of the pick. Especially on tree strings, it's easier. Well, I find it better to use my fat fingers. A pick would be too aggressive. Like that, you know. I don't know. I'll try a few things. That's the great thing about what I do, is I can try a few things. But you know what? That's a good idea. I hadn't thought of. I'll see. I'll experiment. So we said I'll try the banjo. If that doesn't work, I'll try the guitar. It's the same tuning, so whichever way I learn it, I can transpose it to the guitar. Well, this banjo is tuned the same way as a guitar. I don't use it often. I used it obviously for that Last of Us cover. We said ukulele on the piano lead, this section, and then the whistle, and then the bass recorder. And I'll probably use the chimes. But yeah, no, the pick is a bit too aggressive for that type of context. In fact, I did use chord tremolos in the next cover. You'll see those, or you'll hear them. That's coming out tomorrow. So I think that's it. I've stuff figured out. I'm just gonna create the tracks. Audio track. So we said banjo accompaniment. This guy is gonna be other for clarity. We probably have 2 tracks of that, right and left, and that's for the mains. I'd say we'll get away with accordion, the accordion to be red, and then the other one to be white. I use the red for the keys, the bass keys, and the white color for funny convention I have. Lead part, well, lead keys, and gonna be the chord. Chord keys, we have that. That's gonna be for our just background texture, and then strings. I'm just gonna call them strings. I'll create 3, probably 3 different ones. I'll pan one hard right, hard left, and then center, or 40-40 center. So it just goes, you know, you got that wide. and these will probably be 25-25 hand, right and left. What else did we say? We got our, yeah, I think that's it. And then we'll probably just have more like bits, like probably the chimes, like way in the background, and like shakers. Oh yeah, and the rain stick. That'd be really rain stick on that. Just texture that thing a bit more, and I'll see. You don't wonder, like, what works about this is the beautiful simplicity. So I've made it far more complex than it needs to be. It's good to experiment. So maybe you have it like super bare at the beginning. Maybe just ukulele and the banjo accompaniment, and just like the chord and the string as a background. And then as it builds up towards here, bring in the whistle and the keys and the rest of the strings, as I said, so texture strings. Bring in the bass here. Bring in that low, like start calling that low recorder here, and do those sounds with the recorder, and then go back to that full sound that we have set up, replaying the intro once through. I'm just thinking out loud here, folks. Sorry, I know it's not very interesting, but once through, and here have the recorder and the flute together. Oh yeah, I need the recorder. Yeah, and the flute together. Cool. And fade all this out. It's a build up, yeah. It's a, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's usually how I work. Is it possible to play a bow on the U bass? No, see those strings are too smooth. What makes a bow work is the fact that the strings are rugged, like, so that's why even the lowest strings has some little rugged bits on it, so it catches the bow and makes the string vibrate. What makes it vibrate is the bow catches it, release, catch, release, release, so it starts vibrating at a certain speed, depending on the tension. But if you have strings that are super smooth, like the U bass, it's not going to work. The bow is just going to glide on it, and that's it. And that's why you add rosin. The rosin helps that sort of grit and to grip the string. It's not to lubricate the thing. It's actually to add extra grippage. So that's not a real word. Okay, I think that's ideas here, and I'm good with that. So the first thing I will need to record is have a solid background. That's usually the way I'd go about it. I'd identify what the tune rests on, and I'd play that first. Sometimes it's the bass, sometimes it's accompaniment, sometimes it's actually the melody that is the anchor for everything else. But in this case, I very much think it's that. Very much, I think it's that. I'd play that first, have that solid, and then I can experiment. with each little part. And now you know what my next cover is going to be after the one the one tomorrow. Cool. Need some indication. There you go. Can we use anything else for this instrument? Just for the sake of having something to listen to that's not a piano, or instruments. And keys, I don't think we'll have it. We do anything with this? Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Let's save. Ooh. Gonna be better than nothing. Save, save, save. Yes, yes. It was just no, because it had to load the sampler. Not the most graceful tone. I would make a cool synth echo. I loved it. It'd be easier to take an actual synth and just go full blast. Anyway, I'm just doodling here. I'm not doing anything. Yeah. What happened to you, synth? Oh, it's too low attack for this. Doesn't matter. It's just for, again, visual cues more than anything. So I have something for the low whistle. And that's sort of how I color code my my tracks. Let me second window. I like to have everything sort of color coded like that, and have the original just overlaid here. So I probably won't use this anymore, except for reference, just in case I get lost in the MIDI, which seems simple enough. And then from there, I'll probably just be listening to single tracks now until I finish the recording and then start doing the arranging. And there you go. That was it. So that wasn't super long. I know that was only an hour and a half, but I thought stuff like that is always cool to do with people, and while I'm chatting and you know, while people can chat with me as well. So it's yeah, I like doing those live, and I'm sorry I haven't had much time lately to record much. Yeah, just been busy with other things around the house and family stuff, and just haven't had time to stream much. But I've been building up my my collection of synth things, and I would very much like to start streaming these little bits that I'm recording or just noodling. It'll be cool to do these live. Is that second camera working at all? No. Let me see. It's in my head now. It's gonna be in my head all night. Display capture, no. Video capture device. Well, this is a problem. So we got the Simon cam. The other cam, it decided not to work for some. But yeah, this is my my setup. I have a few. I'm waiting for. Whoa, sorry. There's Simon, and so I have a few of these Volca guys. Come on, focus on something. That's not my hand. A few of the Volca guys. I have a couple of these guys, and I'm controlling now everything with the Arturia, the Keystep Pro. But make for cool. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear this because I have no way. Anyway, that's not the goal of tonight. So I might just do like have an overhead camera. This guy up there that's not working. You see it there? She should be working, but she's not working tonight. And then maybe have this camera just close on some of the instruments and have the main camera as well, angled differently. So I have like 3 cameras and then maybe the screen of the DAW. Although it's not connected, I'm not sure what I'll do. I don't know. Maybe the manual of one of the one of the synths. But yeah, I'll do that. So I'm waiting for one last piece of kit to go here. The little stand I made. I mean, you find the plans online, so it's easy to make out of wood, and a ton of paint, chrome paint, and yeah. So I want to stream more of these and more of these Midi stuff. Let me just cancel the more of these Midi little exercises as well. Because I have to do them not too often. Very often the media exists, but every now and then there's a cover that I'm not happy with the media, so what happens. Anyway, so that was my plan for this next cover. Hopefully, by the time you see it on YouTube, for people who are watching this on YouTube, the cover will be done, so I won't be spoiling anything. You'll just be seeing some of the process towards getting or towards working on the new cover. But anyway, folks, thank you for watching, and see you next time. And that was my little attempt at making an outro for the YouTube video, should I make one. But I was recording all this, so hopefully I'll be able to